I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
This is a beautiful house, my man. How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet, 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about, working smarter, not harder.
Floyd Money Mayweather was long viewed as the ultimate symbol of boxing greatness and financial power, but recent revelations suggest the story may not be so simple. Stephen A. Smith has questioned the stability of Mayweather's empire, especially amid the alleged $42 million controversy. Now many are asking whether the undefeated champion could be facing a challenge outside the ring that threatens his financial image and legacy.
The $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we on ESPN. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to 15 million. You're right, it's close to 15 million.
And you don't drive them?
No.
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather has spent years carefully building the image of being the highest-paid athlete in the world, constantly reminding fans of the $100 million paydays he claims to collect whenever his name dominates the headlines, using those massive figures to strengthen his brand and reinforce the larger-than-life persona he has crafted around wealth and success.
This phrase, fake news.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the check.
But now a prominent voice from the fight world is challenging that entire narrative. Former UFC title contender and analyst Chael Sonnen has described it as one of the greatest illusions in sports marketing, arguing that Floyd Mayweather's so-called 9-figure fight checks may have been more about perception than reality, suggesting that the massive numbers often promoted to the public could be closer to smoke and mirrors than concrete financial truth.
Whoever puts that press release and sends it out, never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those numbers. They're all lies.
And this raises a brutal question.
And that leads to a harsh question that many people in the fight community are starting to ask. Was Floyd Mayweather's empire really built on guaranteed checks hitting the bank, or was it fueled more by hype ego and brilliant public relations? Chael Sonnen is not the only one raising doubts, as financial lawsuits, unpaid jewelry claims, and even a crypto-related lawsuit have added pressure to the carefully crafted money brand. For years, Floyd Mayweather represented untouchable wealth in boxing, the man who transformed luxury into a full-time lifestyle and turned his nickname into a global identity. Yet behind the private jet's designer shopping sprees and constant displays of cash, some observers believe visible cracks are forming and appearing much faster than expected. Rumors that Mayweather is struggling financially continue to circulate, quietly, mostly voiced by former rivals rather than mainstream supporters. Even Oscar de la Hoya, who has defended him publicly in the past, has recently acknowledged that the situation unfolding cannot simply be brushed aside anymore.
You have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Coming from a seasoned promoter who understands both the spotlight and the spreadsheets of boxing, Oscar de la Hoya's comments did not sound like simple criticism, but more like a reluctant acknowledgement of financial decline. With the ongoing jewelry lawsuit, persistent rumors about assets, and a steady stream of exhibition bouts, Many see these as indicators that Floyd Mayweather's so-called billion-dollar empire may not be as secure as once believed. The fact that De La Hoya, a former rival who once stood across the ring from him, is now speaking with a tone that resembles sympathy rather than competition sends a message stronger than any public earnings report. At the same time, Mayweather has not remained quiet. While De La Hoya presents concern in public, Floyd has subtly reminded everyone of their shared business history, suggesting that when it comes to money and loyalty, De La Hoya himself was not always operating with complete transparency behind closed doors.
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about.
For a man who built his entire image around displaying wealth, this situation was never just about Canelo or past business disagreements, as Floyd Mayweather appeared to hint at a deeper pattern involving hidden deals, quiet payouts, and financial maneuvering that stayed behind closed doors for years. Now critics argue that similar financial questions are resurfacing through lawsuits, claims of unpaid debts, and rumors of discrete asset sales. It is no longer only financial analysts or retired champions expressing concern about the strength of Mayweather's empire, as even fighters from his own era, including opponents who once stood across the ring from him, have begun speaking more openly. Logan Paul, who shared the spotlight with Mayweather, has publicly stated that he is still pursuing money. He believes he is owed, claiming that his promised payday somehow disappeared after the event, and his frustration has been direct and impossible to ignore.
I got paid. I got paid. It's not in full. Like, there's a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got a jet. What the fuck, dude? I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. We'll see you in court. The artist happened. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you. We're coming for your millions in the last of your...
A court case involving missing millions has added yet another fracture to the Money Mayweather brand, turning what began as a simple exhibition into a drawn-out financial pursuit. The situation has fueled speculation that the numbers behind Floyd Mayweather's fortune may not be as solid as they once appeared, and Logan Paul is far from the only figure suggesting that something does not fully add up. When fighters themselves feel compelled to seek payment through legal channels, it shifts the conversation from showmanship to serious financial concern, and forces observers to ask a difficult question that few are willing to state outright: whether Mayweather's once untouchable empire is quietly losing momentum behind the scenes. But even as Logan Paul pressed ahead with his lawsuit, claiming that Floyd Mayweather never delivered the full payment for their exhibition fight, Floyd didn't stay quiet. True to form, he responded in his signature style, shifting the blame onto the business side of things and dismissing the controversy as if it were nothing more than small change, treating the situation with the same confidence and bravado that has defined his career both inside and outside the ring.
Right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Mayweather's calm dismissal made the lawsuit seem like just another routine business matter, but the timing suggested something more pressing. With unpaid opponents, jewelers filing claims, and whispers of discrete asset sales, the image of Floyd's financial fortress now looks like it's under pressure from all sides. No clever move or flashy deal can fully mask the growing list of people still waiting on payment, and Logan Paul's story pulls back the curtain on a side of Mayweather's business that fans rarely see. For years, Floyd wasn't just earning money in the ring, he was controlling the flow of money around it, buying up entire sections of tickets before they reached the public and flipping them for enormous profits, proving that his hustle extended far beyond fight night and into a carefully managed empire of revenue and influence there to settle accounts. While Floyd's public image continues to revolve around private jets, luxury shopping sprees, and an untouchable lifestyle, the cracks in the Money Mayweather empire are finally showing. And this time, the accusations aren't coming from journalists or former promoters with grudges. They're coming from the very people who shared the ring with him. Logan Paul, who participated in one of the most watched exhibition fights of the decade against Floyd, revealed that the real battle didn't end when the final bell rang. It started after the cameras stopped rolling, and according to him, the promised paycheck still hasn't materialized.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
The moment Logan Paul's statements went public, the carefully crafted image of Mayweather's untouchable wealth started to crack even more. This wasn't just a disgruntled promoter or a former rival speaking from the sidelines. It was someone who had shared the ring with him, shaken the same hands, and signed the same contracts, giving their perspective firsthand. Floyd Mayweather, ever confident and unapologetic about flaunting his luxurious lifestyle, continues to make it clear that no matter what the public thinks, his success is undeniable. His words serve as a reminder of the fortune he has built and the empire he has created, a combination of hard work in the ring and sharp business acumen that has kept him at the top of the sports world for decades.
That takes care of everything when everything is okay. I still got my private jets. Let me put an S on that because I got 3 of them. Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
These statements go beyond simple bragging. They highlight that despite challenges both inside and outside the ring, Floyd Mayweather has remained a powerful financial force, maintaining a lifestyle that many in sports and beyond can only envy. At the same time, not everyone applauds his recent decisions, as critics including Stephen A. Smith have openly questioned his choice to take exhibition fights against opponents with little to no boxing experience, especially the widely discussed Logan Paul matchup. From Smith's perspective, Floyd risks tarnishing his legendary reputation by stepping into the ring with fighters who don't belong there, turning what should be a celebrated career into a series of money-driven spectacles. In Smith's view, Mayweather's actions reflect a pattern of prioritizing wealth over legacy, showing that even a fighter as accomplished as Floyd can spark debate about the balance between money and respect in the sport.
When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
While Stephen A. Smith admits that Floyd Mayweather's ability to generate income is unmatched, he is critical of giving attention to fights that don't actually showcase boxing skill. In his view, these exhibition matches with people like Logan Paul, who lack real boxing experience, risk tarnishing Mayweather's legacy and undermining the integrity of the sport itself. Smith argues that Floyd has nothing left to prove in the ring and should focus on protecting his legendary status instead of chasing headline-making bouts that contribute little to his career achievements. There's a saying that the higher you climb, the harder you fall, and for Floyd Mayweather, some argue that fall may have already begun behind closed doors. The man who once counted millions on camera, throwing cash around like confetti, now faces lawsuits, unpaid debts, and rumors of a financial empire quietly crumbling from within. For years he convinced the world he was untouchable, the king of pay-per-view, the master of luxury, the man who turned boxing into a billion-dollar business. But what if much of that money was never real? What if the private jets, diamond chains, and flashy bank slips were simply props in one of the most elaborate financial illusions the fight world has ever seen?
And it's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent is pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
They got Floyd here. It says Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxer has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and in acquisition of the American Cooper Building, twin luxury towers in Murray Hills with the view of the East River.
The $42 million scandal isn't just a flashy headline, it's a warning sign. Beneath the designer suits, Instagram filters, and carefully staged photos, cracks are starting to appear in Floyd Mayweather's so-called fortune, and this time no amount of public relations spin can protect the money brand from serious scrutiny. And if you thought the $42 million controversy was the end of the story, think again. The deeper you dig, the harsher the picture becomes. Behind the private jets, flashy watches, and photo ops, the real Floyd may be a man trapped by his own ego, so focused on appearing wealthy that he may have forgotten how to actually stay wealthy. When a respected voice like Stephen A. Smith questions your financial reality on national television, it's no longer just critics or haters. It's a clear signal that the walls are closing in. Floyd Mayweather didn't just sell fights. He sold the dream of untouchable wealth. But strip away the diamond chains, the staged bank slips, and the curated lifestyle, and what remains is a man running out of time, luck, and, judging by the lawsuits, money. The $42 million scandal might not have been a simple misstep. It could be the final blow to the Money Mayweather myth. So what do you think? Is Floyd's financial empire finally starting to crumble, or has he been orchestrating the illusion all along? Share your thoughts below.